Okay, well, welcome to week 6, and we're going to do a walkthrough of the video clip assignment right now. I only want you to do a very short video clip. We're probably going to spend another week on Trial Director next week where we're going to go over some more advanced items, but I think video clipping is really tricky and it can be problematic. So I want you just to spend a lot of time on the assignment and going over how to do it. So it shouldn't really take you very long. Maybe 10 or 15 minutes if you follow along with me here. So let's first things first. You're going to have to go into the sample Trial Director 6 sample case, which is at C Users Public. You just hit the drop down here and select that location, Trial Director Cases, and this should show up. Go ahead and open it up. Now, when we're in trial, we're living really in this case library tab right here. But for transcript and video editing, we typically do it here. And it's important for you to know that you can also clip things outside of Trial Director. You can clip it in Microsoft Movie Maker, I think it's called, or any video editor that you want, and just import the standalone video clip by drag and drop into multimedia. You won't get the synchronized text. What I'm going to show you now is how to do it with synchronized text. We'll go over how to import the transcript next week, but for now I just want to show you how to do the video clip, and that's it. So go to the Transcript Manager tab and Stacy King transcript, and select the ASCII transcript for King Stacy. What you're seeing here are some pre-made clips that are in the example case, but what you can do here is when you click on it, it'll bring the transcript up in the middle of the screen. The right side of the screen contains a preview window, so when you select some text and hit play,
I don't know how long it was, 15 minutes or something?
Typically you get a list of page and line numbers from your legal team, and you go through the transcript and clip each one of them individually. There is a way to bulk do it, and we're not going to go over that right now, but there is a way to bulk clip the video, and then you would have to go through and QC it and do some adjustments. So let's say, for example, you were given a page line of page 10. You could either put in page 10, find it, it took us to page 10, or you could scroll here. Not a really big deal when the transcript's really short like this one, but when you have a bunch of really long transcripts and you're just trying to get these things out, this is how you would do it. Taking a look at the transcript, we typically do full question and answer pairs, typically, not always. So if you get something, someone gives you just a question or just an answer, that's a sign for you to do some consulting and go back to the legal team and ask them, is that what you intended? And I would bet you 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, oh no, we wanted the full question and answer. So that's one thing to look out for. Another thing to look out for are objections and other kind of off the record statements. That is called a colloquy, and I never say it right, but I hope I said it right there. But a lot of times when we're pre-clipping video, we don't include the colloquy. There is a way to do this on the fly as well, and on the fly means without pre-clipping. So just in the middle of court, they tell you to go to a page and line reference. You would come here, go to that page and line, select the text, and you're kind of at the whim of making sure that everything is working perfectly. So most trial guys like to try and pre-clip out. I'll show you the on the fly next week. Just wanted to give you a little preview. Now for the assignment, all you have to do is select a full or more than one question and answer pair. I want you to note that I'm not selecting like the line above and the line below like this. That would be sloppy, and it would include the text and the potentially audio from the line above and below. So you want to be really accurate. And you can right click, create new clip from selected text. You'll see it pops up over here. It also pops it into the clip editor. So you could now select the clip. And what you see are the beginning and ending audio waves from this testimony. And this is really helpful because you're just trying to get through this stuff as quickly as possible, and you're looking for wherever that text, wherever that speech started, and that's the where the flat line is. That means no one's saying anything. Another thing, if there is a lot of silence or something along those lines, trial director will tell you, hey, there's a large portion of silence here. Do you want trial director to just take it out? And I would recommend no, don't take out your silence without consulting with your legal team first. You never know. You never ever know if that silence is good for you or bad for you, and you want the legal team making the call on that, not you, because it would be really horrible if you clipped out a long portion of silence that they intended to be in because it made the guy look bad or something along those lines. So it gives you points. It makes you look good if you're saying, hey, there's a long portion of silence here. Do we take it out or we keep it? So what you do, you want to make sure the beginning and ending is accurate.
When you and Jim Smith met with Mr.
When you and Jim Smith met with Mr. Line is the starting point.
When you and Jim
You don't
Smith
want it
met
to
with
start
Mr.
like right at the beginning of the audio. You want to give a little bit of space right before it.
When you and Jim Smith met
Save
with
button.
Mr.
What that does is it saves the timestamp 5:10.264. If you look up here, 5:10.264 from the video. Now, often there are timestamps on the video itself. Don't pay attention to those at all. As a matter of fact, a lot of legal teams incorrectly give you that as the timestamp, so that you're supposed to be cutting. So you got to look out for stuff like that. But what you really want is the timestamp on the video itself. So this is what it's doing. Same thing at the end. So the end of this says, I don't know who else.
Or car, I don't know who
Too much
else.
space at the end, so I'm going to trim it up a little bit.
Or car, I don't know who else.
And I'll tell you, sometimes people talk over each other and all sorts of stuff, so you'll just drive yourself crazy going over and over and over these clips until you find a spot that you can work, that you can end it at. And sometimes you don't have a lot of good options available, and you got to deal with it. And the best idea possible is just give that back to the legal team and say, hey guys, do you want to do something different, or are you aware this video clip isn't really the greatest? Last, I don't like the default identifier that trial director uses. I'm now in the upper center portion of the screen. I typically give it a numbered one myself, so I'm going to give this one SK001. And the description, I like to put the page and line numbers in here. I'll show you why in a second. And then you have to hit update. Now if we go to the left side of the screen, here's the clip we just created, SK001. And it has the full page and line number right here in the where you can see it really quickly, because you'll have hundreds of these things potentially over here, and you want to just be able to go to the Stacey King depot and find the page and line that is referenced in court. If you're if you got a really slick legal team, they may call it out by clip number like SK001, but typically what most legal teams do is call it out by page and line. So they'll say Stacey King in her testimony at 10 page 10, line 1 through page 11, line 3 said, we'd like to play this portion in court, and you want to match it up. Sometimes they say a different, someone objects, and that's when you go to your on the fly. So let's go ahead and play this now. Let's make sure so we're gonna do it as if we were in mirror mode. So here we are in mirror mode, and this is the reason why I don't like mirror mode, is that this would be all you were seeing in court if you were in that using that feature. And it's okay for some basic stuff, but I don't think it really works if you're trying to really work with a more complex case that has video and exhibits in it. So if you look in the lower right hand corner, I've put in the code, the ID.
When you and Jim Smith met with Mr. Drummond, was that prior to Mr. Smith's testimony?
I think it was his testimony Tuesday?
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Then it would have been the day before. We met on Monday morning at approximately 9 a.m. or a few minutes.
What you saw there was the video synchronized to the transcript. It's super cool, super effective. If this was if we were doing this in extended screen, so on the second monitor, I want you to see what it looks like from over here on the kind of the working screen, the text screen. Now you're not going to see the presentation mode screen this time, but what I want you to take away from it is that I have all sorts of controls available to me that the jury or the judge would never see. So I'm inputting in the video, and I can just hit play. You can hear it.
When you and Jim Smith met with Mr. Drummond, was that prior to Mr. Smith's testimony?
I think it was his testimony
Those lines and get started.
Tuesday?
Same
Tuesday and Wednesday.
in mirror mode, but it's not as slick. So and we want to be slick and cool. So I really urge you to practice a lot so that you're comfortable with the extended screen setup. Mirror mode's okay if you're just presenting a few exhibits, no video, but as you progress in your hot seat career, you want to be able to do this in extended screen, which gives you the ability to work on your video clips and exhibits while this video is playing. I'm going to do the assignment real quick one more time, just so you can see it. Close this down. So again, go to the transcript, find that portion of text that you're going to clip. Actually, this is kind of interesting. There's an objection in the middle of this one. And you'll see that it's starting in a weird location too, right in the middle of some audio.
He thought.
So let's see what we're seeing.
He thought.
Go a little forward. See, it's this. So this clip was a little off.
And you can't analyze. And you can't analyze.
That beginning portion. Now we want to know what the end portion is.
Try and answer them as best as I can. Try and answer them as best as I can. Try and answer them as best as I can. Try and answer them as best as I can.
Let's name our clip. Page line references. Now, normally, and we're going to go over this next week, we would remove this objection right here. See this objection? And we probably would take out the whole an entire portion. We talked to the legal team about what exactly they wanted out, but probably this line would definitely come out. So that is the assignment for this week. Now, there is a way to export the clip. I don't want to go over it this week. I just want you to make a clip and be comfortable with making a clip. So what I'm going to do is I would like you to just shoot me an email. I'm going to take your word for it. Shoot me an email and let me know how it went for you. If you're having any problems in this area whatsoever, just give me a call and we'll do it online, or we'll do it over the phone. It's one of the fundamental things that I really think you need to know and understand to be able to present trial exhibits, trial presentation software in court. So give me a call if you have problems. Give me an email. Email is probably better, and we'll set up a time. I'm here for you guys. I can't stress enough how important it is to be able to create a simple clip. So again, thank you, and we'll talk more, and let me know how things are going.